Dun, 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 dun. We're live! Talos of Tech, it's your 11:30 Thursday night stream. We got 30 minutes left till Friday. Friday is when I can stop using this because of one fan alone. How's everyone doing tonight? Okay, let's just make sure everything's coming in. Should be live now. One fan, Brandon. Brandon's in, super chatted, and met my donation goal. And I've been using this thing, barely. It's very complicated to use to try to get so no apps work. So I've been taking pictures with it. I've tried setting it up. I know there's extremely complicated ways of doing so, but I've actually been able to lightly browse Twitter through here, just barely. But man, I really underestimate you guys. And about that, let's talk about the title of tonight's live stream, which is it's a goal I have for you right off the bat, okay? So we're not wasting any time. I'm not going to make this up on the spot. This is an idea I have, and it's not all you, okay? This is me meeting you halfway. It's two things, all right? So, first of all, I'm a biased tech YouTuber, okay? We know this. It's very obvious that it's very obvious that I'm openly biased and I have opinions that not a lot of people agree with, and I get that. But what I've discovered about this little product here, okay? We read a lot of comments, read a lot of good and insightful and not agreeing, but well thought out comments about the Google Home Mini, okay? And I had opinions on this that I didn't think it sounded very good, and I didn't think that it was worth the money, even though it was so cheap, okay? Just because something is cheap, you shouldn't buy it. That was my genuine opinion. What I've received in both comments, not hate. I wouldn't call it hate. I would just call this feedback, because what I actually would be very, very grateful for, what I am grateful for, is the fact that so many people, so many fans who disagreed with me on my opinions about the Google Home Mini were able to do it in a responsible way. And no, not all of the comments are nice, I get that, but I was just overwhelmed by the by the extreme amount of consideration and politeness that I got from you guys. A lot of you fans who were just saying that, hey, Drew, I'm sorry I didn't like the Home Mini. I disagree. I don't think you're using the product right. And I took that to heart because, when I have an opinion on something, sometimes people agree with me, sometimes they don't. That's just life. But you start to notice something when literally everyone starts to disagree with you. And what I wish more people would take into consideration, more people would consider when everyone around them is disagreeing with them, it means that, maybe you should check on yourself. Maybe be like, okay, I was being genuine, I was being honest, but all of these people seem to disagree with you. So to really try to understand them better, if people around you, and I'm not just talking about you guys, there were a lot of comments that were being incredibly, and I have to be so thankful, incredibly respectful of my opinions. Of just saying, like, I don't believe you're lying, but I also disagree. I think you're using the product wrong, and it seems to do, oh, sorry, did the description autocorrect to let's do this? I'm sorry. Can I change that? I don't know if I can. Sorry, the Elgato forced it to do that. Let me see if I can. I don't know if that'll fix it, but whatever. It was that. Don't read the description then. Okay, I'll take that out of the title. I'll explain it then. This is the Google Home Max fundraiser. But anyway, you guys were very, very respectful of my opinions and just said that, hey, listen, you got your opinions, but I think that you, of all people who talk about an Apple ecosystem, something I bring up in almost every single video, is what makes Apple products strong is the fact that you can use them together, the way they work with each other. And a lot of people were saying that some of the best functionality with the Google Home Mini is like the way it works with other devices, with smart home appliances, and how, because these things are so affordable, absolutely, you can get lots of them for different places in your office or house. Like, no, Drew, the Home Mini is not mobile. That would be cool, but they're so cheap that putting them in different rooms around the house isn't that bad, So I took all that to heart, and I definitely considered all of your guys' opinions and feedback. And it, like I said, it wasn't just you guys. It was people in my personal life, people who I knew and I'm very close with, tried them and had a lot of fun with them. So I was like, okay, I'll take this. I'll take this a step further because so many people were being respectful about it. And that's something I want to act on more, really. I cannot give credit enough to you guys. When people disagree with you but are respectful about it, then it gives me a more open mind. It gives me a chance to say, okay, let me try to understand your point of view, and I'll throw in my 2 cents on the matter. So, what happened was a anonymous fan, he doesn't want to be mentioned, PayPal'd me and said, look, Drew, you can't just buy one home mini and nothing else. The home mini is not supposed to be a standalone product. It's cheap because it goes well with an array of other products. Okay, so we're talking smart home, lights and outlets, and also having smart home minis and several things. So he PayPal'd me the money to be able to afford a second one, and I've actually got a third one coming on the way. And because he was so respectful about it, and I'm so grateful that they were able to pull this off, I decided to do this live stream kind of fundraiser thing. Because I wanted to give the home mini a complete review because so many people were so passionate about it, and decided that, okay, I'm going to go to Home Depot, I'm going to go to Walmart, and I'm going to get smart home appliances, pair them to the Google Home Mini. And one thing I've kind of liked about having home minis is that the digital assistant is separate than that of my phone. So when I'm talking to Google and I'm talking to the Google Assistant and telling it to do commands or to turn on lights and stuff, which I've installed, got lots of smart lights now. Obviously, these are both unplugged, so they're not going to go off during the live stream, luckily. So with that in mind, it means that when I talk to the speaker, my phone doesn't get confused, my watch doesn't get confused. It's actually kind of nice to diversify. So you talk to Siri when you want to use your phone or watch, and you talk to Google when you want to activate the speakers in the different rooms, and you want to activate the smart lights. No, we're Apple sheep here. I get it. We're Apple sheep. But again, this works within the Apple ecosystem. This does not disqualify it. And keep in mind, Apple's move on this is not yet out. So here's what I'm suggesting to the Apple sheep. Of course, there's plenty of people in the chat that are like, no, Drew, don't backpedal. You're an Apple sheep. We stand by your opinions. Is that if we can afford the Google Home Max, that means that we can have the top of the line, even more expensive than the HomePod Google Assistant speaker, and then we can compare that to the HomePod, the Google Home Max versus HomePod when it's out. Okay, so there's no need for a HomePod fundraiser. Okay, it's happening. I'm going to buy the HomePod regardless of how much you donate, all right? I'm the Apple Sheep. I'm buying that regardless. This is the Apple Sheep channel. You should expect that. Now, for those people, though, who want to see that debate, they want to see, like, Drew, is it worth the extra $50? Is it louder? Which one sounds better? We can participate in both of that. So, again, the mini speakers are happening regardless, so we don't have to worry about the re-review of the Home Mini with smart home enabled devices with lights that I have outside that are multicolor and voice controlled lights in the office and stuff, which is really, really cool. That's going to happen regardless. But what the purpose of the fundraiser of the Home Max is, it's coming out in December. It's actually not out yet. And I thought that a lot of people out there would like to see the review of it once it come out. How do I donate with PayPal? Oh, yeah, that would also count. So if you donate via PayPal, I will include that in tonight's full tally. So that's going to be the purpose of all the Super Chat donations tonight, okay? Is that they're going to be going to this idea. And believe me, I am genuinely curious to hear the Google Home Mini and the HomePod. Of course, I'm not trying to say that the HomePod is not happening. Okay, so there's the email address. If you want to send a PayPal, I will hopefully get the alert on it on my watch. But then I'd have to read it. Where's my iPad? I'll get that if I get a PayPal animation. But that means that, so the HomePod's happening regardless, first of all. But second of all, if you guys can reach $200 in Super Chat total tonight, not just one, everyone. Everyone can contribute a little bit. Oh no, Brandon's back again. Oh, don't these. And I should have mentioned, there are actually people who Super Chatted before the live stream began, which is exciting. So first of all, I'll get into the Super Chats in just a second, don't worry. This isn't the Google Home Max purchase. If it does happen, if you guys can reach the goal, it's not disqualifying any other purchases. Okay, iMac Pro, I've decided it's happening. I saved my money, right? And because of Brandon especially very, very generous donating in the last stream, I figured that this would be really cool if we could do the HomePod versus Google Home Max when that's available, because a lot of people are passionate about these smart speakers. Now that Apple's entering the field, I want to have kind of the runner-up, the main competitor. And because these speakers aren't terribly expensive, it's pretty affordable. You know, it's not as crazy as doing something like a Pixel 2 versus Note 8. That costs a lot of money. Home Max, very, very expensive. But at the same time, if you guys can meet me halfway. So the Home Max is $400, and what I'm saying is, if you can reach half of that, then I'll cover the rest. Because of your guys' generous Super Chat donations, and also, genuinely curious. I would like to hear this thing. I would like to hear this thing. Are PayPal donations better? Well, yeah, because YouTube doesn't take a cut of them, but at the same time, it's harder to read. But like, I don't consider that. When you guys donate in the Super Chat, I don't cut off the YouTube tax and say, so you didn't actually donate this much, you donated me this much. It's like, no, that money came out of your account, so I don't account for that. So you can PayPal, you can Super Chat, either way it'll count. Yes, PayPal helps me a bit better because it doesn't take a big cut out of it, but at the same time, don't feel like you have to. Don't feel like if you Super Chat, you're not doing it right. That's fine. Anyway. So going back on I'm going to first of all read the Super Chats that were donated before the live stream even began, which is very rare, but it happened. Okay, so the first one, and I'll go down all the Super Chats here, was from Gavin Vales, who said donating because you're buying even though you're an Apple sheep, which, yes, I hope you guys can appreciate that. I'm trying to have an open mind about this. I've not been into the smart home appliances, really, but because everyone's talking about it and because it seems like even Apple is entering this field, I feel like I should have an insight, if you will, about like how this accessory market's going to go, and I have a fair comparison. So just having the two Google Home Minis and the smart home appliances I've had for the last couple days has been effective, I have to say. Like, it definitely has changed my opinion a little bit just by having two of them and having the security setup. Yeah, I got a camera too. I got some lights. Just because you guys have been so supportive of this. Apple at this time does not have a runner-up to this. So that's why I wouldn't consider it breaking the Apple Sheep mold. It's because you can have an entire Apple Sheep ecosystem and this. It doesn't disqualify it. Whereas when HomePod comes out, we're gonna get a little iffy. Anyway, next Super Chat was from Kyle Pazorski. I know they're not here, but I just wanted to read them because I appreciate them. Says, sorry I won't be able to watch the live stream, but here is $5.50 to help buy Google Home Max. Twitter at Fake News Kyle. So you can check out Fake News Kyle. Thank you for the donation. And then Brandon Zinn, of course, the notorious Brandon Zinn, who got me to use this dang thing for 3 days. Oh, I can use my 10 again in 15 minutes. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to say goodbye to Slide to Unlock. The things I do for you guys, seriously, I'm too generous. I set the bar too low. Next time someone asks me to do something really embarrassing, I should just push it up all the way. But Brandon says, loving the stream. I can't wait another day for the iMac Pro. How's the 2G? You did this to me. Okay, so the iPhone 2G, I have to say, the original iPhone, you'd think it'd be bad. It is. It was horrible, Brandon. Do you know what browsing Twitter is like without pictures? Just text? Oh my God, it's horrible. It's just horrible. So for some people just joining in, the description was not updated correctly. If someone joins in and asks what's the fundraiser about, simply respond to them in the chat and tell them, if we can reach $200 in Super Chat, Drew will buy the Home Max when it's available, which reportedly, we don't have an exact date yet, but there's leaks saying that the Google Home Max will be on December 11th, so very, very soon. And also, by the way, the third Home Mini that's coming in the mail, thanks to the PayPal donation from the very generous anonymous fan, will be the Cobalt one, the red one. So I'll have all three colors, and then if we had a Max, it would be like the perfect ecosystem. I don't need to get the Google Home, like the main one. That's unnecessary. But anyway. Okay, so I'm caught up on that. Let's go back to the chat. We can, of course, have regular tech discussions in here too. This is gonna be your typical Thursday night live stream as well. This is gonna act as that. Why does the Google team make crap hardware? I don't. The Pixel line I don't get. You got to admit they did duplicate the Echo Dot pretty closely, but of course with the power of Google, and a lot of people have mentioned. I've read a lot. I read a lot about the Echo Dot and about Alexa, and a lot of people mentioned that Alexa's not as smart, but a lot of people mentioned that in the comments is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's impressive that they can get these products so cheap. But what has been nice is the Google like Express Walmart thing. So every time you buy one of these, they're $30. Every time you buy one, you get $25 of Google Express credit, which means that in the Google Express app, if you go to the Walmart section, you can have a $25 gift card in there. So with that, I've bought very basic things because they don't have much. It's very limited. I bought a 24 pack of AA's, which actually I really needed. I was running out of AA's like constantly. So that was free if you count that this was a $30 purchase. And then just before the live stream started, I was able to purchase 5 different surge protectors. And constantly in this office, I am running out of outlets because everything electrical and all these different power stuff. Yeah, so it was definitely necessary, and that was included. So it's kind of like you get to buy something twice. It's kind of nice. To be honest, Siri isn't very good at the moment. There's definitely strengths. I'll admit that the Google Assistant has. Just ask MQBHD. There's things that the Google Assistant does better. There's things that, but Siri's more accessible is what I'm trying to say. Is that Siri's on literally everything. So not good for all things, but basic things it'll always be there. It's on your wrist. It's on the phone. It's on the Mac. It's on the iPad. It's everywhere. Whereas this is becoming definitely the home Mini. Like this is what you use at the office and at home. Although I'm only setting these up at the office. So that's the goal tonight. Is I want to provide like some first-hand exclusive hands-on with the Google Home Max because I'm curious about it. That looks like something that's targeted against the HomePod, which I'm getting regardless. You don't have to donate for that. You don't have to be like, this is money you can use towards the HomePod. It's happening. I've got the money set aside for that regardless. So comparing the Home Max, though, premium-sounding Google speaker, and that's one of the big complaints I have with the Google Home Mini, doesn't sound very good. So for those of you who want to defend it or just want to genuinely see the review because you're curious, that would be a great way to do it because now all of a sudden I'll have a Google speaker and I cannot complain about sound quality. Hopefully. I'm guessing it sounds much better. It probably does. It's bigger. You failed the portless challenge using the 2G? No, guys. Sign yourself up for iMac Pro News so you can pre-order ASAP. Well, I have it signed up for Notify Me, but yeah, I'm checking it all the time anyway. And I also trust that when it comes out, you guys are going to spam me on Twitter for a week anyway. But the portless challenge applies to devices that can wirelessly charge and transfer data wirelessly. So my point with the iPhone X was switching away from ever plugging something into it is possible. You can wirelessly charge it. You can use AirPods. You can AirDrop. Totally doable on the iPhone X. It doesn't apply to devices where it's not possible because if you tried to do the portless challenge on the 2G, obviously you couldn't use the phone. That disqualifies it. You can't enter this in the portless challenge. Same way I can't enter the MacBook in the portless challenge. It needs those ports to stay alive. The iPad is not in the portless challenge. It was exclusive to the devices that were capable of doing it. Okay, so this means it could apply to the iPhone 8 or 10. It could apply to Galaxy Note phones that were after the Note 4. It could apply to Galaxy S phones. That's where you can do the portless challenge. But no, it does not apply to devices that can't wirelessly charge. That would be stupid. Technically, you can buy a wireless charging case that has a wireless thingy built into it, and it will occupy the port. Do they make 30-pin ones? And if so, I'm not keeping this. This is a fan's. I'm sending it back afterwards, so it would be a useless investment. I'm only using this for 3 days. And the 3 days are up in 10 minutes. I can go back to the 10. I can't wait. I'm very ready. Portless challenge on the Apple Watch. Well, boy, like, why YouTube doesn't let people use phones and tablets super chat? Well, because actually it's partially YouTube's fault. I mean, it's partially Apple's fault. On Android, on mobile, you can super chat, but it's only because the Play Store allows apps to have variable in-app purchases. So when you do in-app purchases on Apple apps, they have to be like listed out. There's certain numbers. Whereas trying to super chat is a variable. It means you can enter it at random, which is different. So they don't. I believe that's why you can't super chat on iOS. Is actually Apple's terms and conditions. Maybe that's not why. Maybe it is possible, and YouTube just doesn't want us to have it, which is completely reasonable. But if you want to super chat and you're on mobile, all you got to do is leave the YouTube app, go to Safari, request the desktop site of YouTube. You can find this live stream on your browser, and it'll let you super chat on that. So that's how you can do it. My Apple Watch just shattered last night. Oh no. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that my dad shattered his. I was very upset. It sucked. How hyped are you to go back to the iPhone 10? I'm so ready. I feel like I'm going to relearn the phone all over again. Do you have an iPod Shuffle? I did. The one iOS device in my life I've ever shattered was the iPod Touch. It wasn't even an iPhone. I was in middle school at the time, and I dropped it. And while I was trying to repair it, and it was taking a while, I bought a tiny little iPod Shuffle. I think it was the 4th generation one, and I used that as my iPod for a couple weeks while I was fixing the iPod Touch. It's not supposed to take that long, but I was waiting on parts. I did something wrong. I was teaching myself as I went along. So I used that as like my backup iPod. Then I got the Touch back, and then I just had an extra Shuffle lying around. And I believe I still have it. Yeah, I think I still have it to this day. Sadly, no, you cannot have the iPhone 8 because I sold it. I'm not a channel yet that can just buy every single phone and just keep it. Usually, for the sake of money and for the sake of savings, I have to buy a phone, review it, and then when I'm done with it, sell it. Send it back or sell it. Did I miss Drew discuss the Google Home Mini again? Basically, if we reach a total of $200 donated in tonight's live stream, then I'll get the Home Max, a $400 Google speaker, and it will complete the ecosystem of the Home Mini. I am reattempting the review at this device, and it doesn't have to be a single donation. This can be all of you guys collectively. I'm already getting a 3rd Mini. This is the 2 we have now, and then I've already got smart home stuff being set up. I've got smart outlets, I've got smart lights, and then I'll review all of that together. And then hopefully when the HomePod comes out, we can compare them. We can do Home Max versus HomePod, which I'm curious about. I'm very, very curious. Okay, favorite Apple product, iPhone. It's always been iPhone. The HomePod, though. Yes, we're still getting the HomePod. The HomePod's being bought regardless, okay? You don't have to donate for that. It'll happen. Do we have to donate all the money for you to buy a Pixel 2, or can we come to a deal, Drew? No, that's not something I'm curious about. Having used the Pixel 2, I don't want it. That's not some... The Home Max, I'm curious about. It's something, it's like, well, now that I'm being sent these Home Minis by fans, I'd be curious to see what, like, a Google speaker with actually good sound would be like. So that's why I'm doing this fundraiser thing, is it's like a meet me halfway, because I'm kind of curious. I cannot, I could buy the whole thing myself, but it would set a lot of projects back, and I've already got purchases on the way, like iMac Pro and HomePod and stuff, but I've ran the numbers, and if you can meet me halfway, then I think I can reasonably afford it, and then we can review it and compare it to the HomePod. So I'm excited for that, but, Pixel 2, I do not need to test. I've used a Pixel 2. I do not like it. If you want me to buy one, though, of course, you can super chat the money for it and then say, this is for Pixel 2 XL, buy it, review it, or whatever. And if it's the price of the Pixel, then yes, I will buy it. But no, I will not meet you halfway on that. I do not want it. I do not want that. iPhone 2G. Oh, man. I've never tried the Beat Studio 3, so I don't know how I feel about them. Yeah, I would say that because I've complained about the sound quality so much on the Home Minis, like they're cheap and you can put them everywhere, which is nice. But what I'm curious about the Home Max is that this would actually sound good. And I've heard the regular Google Home, which is $80 right now, but it's not. It's definitely better, but it's not significantly better enough than the Mini for it to be worth it to me. It's like The mini can be $5 if you get the express discount, if you get the gift card from Walmart with it. The home, for me to want to buy that, should be $10 after the express discount. And it's not. Like, it's $80 minus the 25. So then it's what, $55? So it's I'd rather have multiple ones of these than a regular home. However, that Home Max looks like it is built about sound quality. It's built for pros, and that's what the HomePod is for. So the reason I'm curious in it is because Apple is entering this field with the HomePod smart speaker. I don't think this really is meant to compete with the HomePod. Different price range, different functionality, different sound quality drastically, I'm sure. But it would make sense to compare HomePod and Google Home Max because they are in the same price realm. You know, one's more expensive, obviously, but they're in the same price range, and they're built on sound quality, and they both have smart assistants built in. So I could see that happening. That's why I'm doing this. Anyway, is the Home Mini loud enough to fill a small room? So my opinions on the Home Mini's loudness is that it doesn't sound good if you play it at full blast. You really shouldn't unless you're not in that room, which I've noticed is kind of interesting. Like if the Home Mini is in the tech room and I'm in the lobby and it's playing at full blast, it doesn't sound that bad, but because it's muffled and in the distance, like listening to a podcast or a song. But if the Home Mini is in the room you're in and playing at full blast, it's kind of piercing the sound quality. Again, it's loud, but it's not a good sounding quality. What the Home Mini is good at is playing music at kind of a background 50% volume. That is pretty good. Like if you just have put on a chill, steady beats YouTube live stream or something, and it's just kind of background noise and it's quiet, that's good. I enjoy that. But playing it at full blast in a big room or even a small room is just kind of, it's not good. It's not worth it. What do you think will be better than the Google Home Mini or the Apple HomePod? Well, like I said, I don't really think you're supposed to compare them. One of them is $30 right now. It'll be $50 probably later. One of them is $350. One of them is built about sound quality. One of them is built about smartness. So that's why I'm saying I wouldn't really compare the Home Mini to the HomePod because they're so different in price and in functionality. Home Max, HomePod, I could see it working. I think that'd be cool. What do you think about the Chromebook versus Mac? Again, probably two products you're really not supposed to compare. Chromebook is access Google Chrome, write papers on it. A Mac is like a production device, like for professionals. It's very different things. iMac's better, but way more expensive. Yeah, you can't really compare them. Drew, as if you weren't on YouTube Rewind, did you like it? I didn't watch it out of principle. The YouTube Rewinds have gotten progressively worse every single year, and when I saw the new one, I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, okay, there's Casey Neistat, and I don't know anyone else. And I'm not a huge fan of Casey Neistat. I'll watch some of his vlogs, but I'm not a subscriber. It's just nothing wrong with him. It's just not my kind of YouTuber. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know who anyone is, so YouTube shouldn't be taking time to get a bunch of YouTubers together and film themselves dancing, especially with Jake and Logan Paul. While they still have major demonetization problems, I think they should put all their efforts towards supporting their creators and not just showing that all of the creators on YouTube can be in the same place. Whoa! I know who that is, except we weren't doing that. Most people watching it were like, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? I know MKBHD was in it, but I'm saying that the thumbnail, at least, everyone in the thumbnail except Casey Neistat, I didn't know who they were, so I didn't watch it. So I'm saying I have not seen it, and I don't plan on seeing it. I don't know. Give me $50, I'll watch it live. How about that? We'll get a copyright strike. And that will also count towards the Home Max, by the way. If they asked me to be in YouTube Rewind, I probably wouldn't agree to it because I'd be like, no, fix your bot. This is stupid. You don't need to do this right now. This is money that's wasted. Did you watch the Game Awards Rewind? Nope, not really into that. Logan for life. Man's not hot in it. Okay, I know what man's not hot is. That doesn't make the video worth it. Tailosive on Rewind 2018. Like I said, unless they like pointed a gun at my head and said, you will be in YouTube Rewind, I won't. I wouldn't. They shouldn't be putting effort into things when there's major issues going on. What is the purpose of YouTube Rewind? Is it just the Avengers of YouTubers? And if so, we're getting to the point now where there's so much diversity and there's so many different channels on YouTube that it's ridiculous to try to say you can make a video where everyone goes, oh, I know them. Because we don't. The YouTube Rewind is a stock full of YouTubers most people watching don't know. Some people know them, but a lot of people don't. And a lot of major YouTubers I watch are definitely not in them. And I know they're not in them. I don't have to watch the video to know that. They're just YouTubers that wouldn't show up in that. The Mini cannot play Apple Music. Well, you could turn it into a Bluetooth speaker. The Home Mini can act as a Bluetooth speaker for some reason if you want it for the superior sound quality. So I guess in that way you could play Apple Music to it, but no, you can't be like, hello Google, play Apple Music. Like, that doesn't work. Yeah, PewDiePie wasn't there. I mean, it just kind of shows your disconnect between YouTubers and YouTubers that YouTube likes and YouTubers that YouTube doesn't like. It's a mess. There's too many YouTubers now. It's ridiculous to try to get them all in the same thing. And I just think it's money wasted because they should be spending those resources on fixing the problems they're going through. For those of you who don't know, every single one of my YouTube videos gets demonetized. Still, to this day. That has not changed. That has not been fixed. That has not been updated. It sucks. And I hate it. And when I see them spending millions of dollars on getting a bunch of rich YouTubers together to dab, I get annoyed. It's frustrating. I'll admit. I can use the iPhone 10. Thank God. Brandon. I am a man of my word. Does it have a charge? It has a charge. Beautiful. Oh, did someone, thank you. Thank you. Oh, for A11 chip for retaining a battery life. Thank God. It was at a high charge when I put it in the drawer anyway. But thank God. I'm so glad this is over. Someone tried to DM me? Oh, okay. Oh. Is Brandon a mod? Brandon's supposed to be a mod. I apologize. Wherever he is. Sorry. You can comment again and I'll mod you. Anyway. I missed this. You know what? Case off. I need to experience this caseless. You're up. Fix the boxes. What's wrong? Something wrong with them? Some dude talking about boxes on the set. Like, get a bigger problem. Really. You're here for me, right? I missed this. Home bar. Side foot. Oh, it feels. It's holding an iPhone 10 without the case is beautiful. Just beautiful. iPhone 2G or Pixel 2? Ooh. Well, Pixel 2. I could do everything I could do. Now it would just be a little bit more annoying. This can't take selfies, so I mean you can. It's just very annoying. Don't drop it now. I'm not going to drop it anyway. I do know about the D-brand grip case, but I'm not a fan of cases like that. They're unnecessary. Doesn't the Home Mini kind of look like a wireless charger? Like, what if... Think about it. What if you could just drop the 10 on the Google Home Mini like that? Oh. That'd be so cool. Anyway. Do you find yourself doing iPhone 10 gestures when switching to the 2G? No. A device that looks so different, you feel like you're using it doesn't even feel like you're using an iPhone. It's like when you use this, it's like, yep, that is a slide to unlock device. And then when you use this, it's like, yeah, swipe up to unlock. Definitely. Giving Google them ideas. Well, it's interesting because when you super chat, YouTube, which is Google, takes a piece of it. And then also the super chats tonight would be going to, they would be going to Google regardless, which is kind of interesting. I didn't even think about it that way. Uh, it's so nice to have this back. Anyway, what are you most thankful for? Going back to the iPhone 10. Thank you, Nick. The screen. I mean, everything really. I mean, Face ID. That's nice. I mean, I didn't really even have a passcode on the iPhone 2G, which is fine. Face ID still works. I don't look that much different, I guess, even though the beard is slowly making an approach. Having apps is kind of nice, you gotta admit. I'm excited for the new Thunderbolt displays. Yeah, I heard Apple's going back to the display market. I'm curious to see if they can make a standalone 5K display, and how much will that cost? Probably $1,000. I don't know, but it would. I'm curious to see what it looks like. Let's see. The tech channel is great and all, but we need more Taylor's of food in our lives. Oh, I miss this. This is beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful. What is your most loved feature? Where do you begin? Like, I don't even know. Like, there's so many things to be grateful for. Like, messages works, things that you don't even think about. That I kind of missed the notch, to be honest. Like, this is beautiful. Oh, sorry. Trevor says, constructive criticism below this super chat. Your Ridge wallet review was lacking. You didn't discuss the pricing and competition, e.g. Phantom micro wallets. Okay, well, look, like I said at the beginning of that video, it was sent to me. Like I said, basically sponsored, okay? They're not paying me, but they did send it to me for free. So if those other companies want to send me those wallets to review, then sure, I'll review them. But if someone sends me a wallet and says, please review our wallet, I'll be like, okay, I'll talk about your wallet. I'm not going to review their wallet and then buy all the competition and compare them, okay? So I'm reviewing that isolated product. I got it for free, so of course, opinion is bias out the door. Would I have bought that wallet if they hadn't sent it to me? Can't say for sure. Probably not. Probably wouldn't have heard about it. I only heard about it because they contacted me directly. So I can't say like the marketing is doing a good job at telling everyone about it. So they're sending it to me for marketing. So now you know that wallet exists. I'm sure there are other wallets out there that do the same thing that might be cheaper, might be better quality. I don't know. They didn't contact me directly. Just because one company sends me a product does not mean I'm going to send it to all these different devices. That's not how it works. Taylor Swift Trash is not an official Taylor Swift channel. Don't go there. Don't go there. Who is the biggest Apple-hating Google sheep? Unbox Therapy, MKBHD, Android Authority, or Pocket Now? Could I say... Probably... Probably not, like... Was Linus Tech Tips not on that list? But I guess he wears an Apple Watch. So that could be part of it. What do you think of having the possibility of 4K 120 hertz on a Mac? Obviously, if it's possible, it should happen. I would love that. You can't hide what's inside, Drew. So you're saying I'm filled with trash. But I appreciate you anyway, Trevor. I know I was reviewing that wallet in the video. I was not reviewing all wallets ever. It's okay. It was I'm sorry it was a little shallow for you, but they asked for my opinions. They sent it to me, and I said, hey, good product. So I made a video about it. It's as simple as that. Is it worth getting the Google Home Mini, or is it best to get the Google Home? Well, like I said, I can't give a definitive answer yet. I don't have the hard concrete facts yet. I'll get there. Like I said, I want to give the Home Mini another chance because everyone's like, this is about ecosystem, Drew. It's not just about, it's not all about reviewing one product just because it's cheap. So I want to give it another chance because I thought your guys' counter arguments was pretty good. So obviously, because of the anonymous PayPal donations, I'll be getting a third Home Mini, and they're going to be in rooms all over the office. And then, of course, with this live stream, if we can get to 200, and usually I set a number, and you guys are like, and I usually set a number for a super chat that's really, really high, and I don't think anyone's going to get it. But then it happens, and I'm like, oh, God. So I was like, all right, I'll set the bar high. I'll set the bar pretty high this time. Anyway, we're getting the HomePod regardless. All right, so you don't have to worry about the HomePod being bought. The HomePod is happening no matter what. The question is, can we review the HomePod versus the Google Home Max, because those are kind of in the same field. Home Mini versus HomePod doesn't really make sense. They're not in the same field. Drew, why do you keep putting your hands under your desk and resting them? I don't know. It's that easy. What's your thoughts on a 4K iPhone 10? Unnecessary, but they'll probably do it just because. Like, a lot of people just say, like, well, Drew, you're against something until Apple does it. And I'm like, that's true a lot of the time, but not necessarily. Like, I thought 5K on an iMac was overkill. I still do to this day. For people asking for the PayPal email, let me enter in again. You can donate to PayPal in here, and that will go towards the Google Home Max. There you go. So, what was I saying? Sorry, it's so easy for me to forget what it's about. I really wish Apple would make kind of like a HomePod Mini. I want them to make something that's, obviously it'll be more expensive, but something like this that's cheaper so that you can put them all over the room. But obviously, because the HomePod's been delayed till probably March, it's going to be a while. We could do a Home Mini giveaway. I think that could definitely happen. What happened to buying my Mac Pro? Nothing. It's still happening. I don't. That's been decided upon. Okay. Do you like your beard shaved? I do, actually. It felt really clean. What I didn't like was all the comments. Not that they were all mean or that they were all nice. It was just annoying that it was like, can we talk about the tech topics? Why do we have to just talk about, oh, you look younger, you look 14, you look 14. And then when I did the iPhone 2G video, everyone's like, wait, you're 19? You look 30. Wait, you're 19? Wait, you're 19? And that's literally like 50% of all the comments on the channel were just, Drew, you don't look 19. Why are you 19? It's my age. Okay? I can't change anything about it. You were talking about the iMac 5K. That's right. Thank you, Samuel. Appreciate it. I've used a 5K iMac. I know what it's like, and I think that there's more pixels than you need there. Because the issue with it is there's not that many things that actually optimize for 5K. First of all, even if you have Netflix, even if you have Prime Video, you stream at 4K. I get that it was useful for editors who want to view something at full 1080p in a preview window, but is that completely necessary? I mean, I guess very few people need it, but I still think you would have been just fine editing it on a 4K display. I think most people on a 27-inch screen especially are just fine with a 4K monitor, and I think if they could get the price of the iMac cheaper, then and the resolution was 4K, I would be totally fine with it. I'd be like, yeah, you did not need the 5K resolution. That was completely fine. Yeah, I appreciate any donation possible for PayPal, but the ones that are like under $1, like thank you very much, and I'll try to read them, but it's kind of tedious when people just send like a bunch of 10-cent donations. So try not to do that if you can. And he asked on PayPal, what are your thoughts on the Paul brothers? Which is, I'm not a fan. They're not my kind of YouTubers. I think that's kind of obnoxious. And what I always try to keep in mind, as now I have an office, now I have a space, is that how can I get my job done and not disturb the others around me? That's something I always consider. It's something I am frequently concerned about when I film in public, is how can I not disturb other people's lives. And I feel like the Paul brothers do not keep that in mind when filming their videos. They're not thinking about how their decisions affect others and seeing what they've done in the past. Don't really like that. Not a fan. They don't make me laugh. Some people are like, they're funny. They're not funny to me. Did anyone realize that Drew is the YouTuber that never asked us to sub, like, and comment at the end of the videos? I've decided it's not necessary. I do ask you to type a comment, I think. I want you guys to feel heard, and I want you guys to know I do read the comments. I don't respond to all of them because it would take forever. But I do read most of the comments, as many as I can, to get feedback, of course. But yeah, I feel like, first of all, liking doesn't do anything for me. It's not like I get better money or I get more views if I get more likes. That's not really how it works. And I feel like we've been on YouTube long enough. You guys know how to subscribe. If you watch my videos and you think they're funny, you will subscribe. Or you think they're informative, you will subscribe. Why do people I don't think of you guys as so dumb that I have to tell you to do something. If you don't like me, you won't subscribe. And me telling you at the end of the video, subscribe, won't make you go, oh, that's right, I gotta do that, and then hit subscribe. Like, it's unnecessary to me. My videos are all about efficiency, trying to display all of my information as much as possible and convey all of my ideas to you as quickly as possible so you don't feel like your time is being wasted. And I don't treat you like babies. Like, if you like my videos, you'll subscribe. If you don't, you won't. What does me telling you to at the end have to do? Most people watching the videos are subscribed anyway. So me telling people who are already subscribed it's wasteful. Doesn't need to be there. Where did the silver one come from? This was from a PayPal donation. A fan donated and said you need to experience the entire Google Home setup. And because I respect that, if you PayPal me the amount of a product and say to buy it, and then I'll buy it. I'm fair with that. It's the easiest way to gift me a product. Okay, we got a dollar donation from PayPal, and I have to open the email here. Give me a second to read it. And thank you for actually making it $1. That's appreciated. Okay, and we also got a new Patreon donor just now, who's now pledging $1 a month as well. Thank you. Okay, here's the email. You can read this. If it could load up here. Oh, he didn't write a comment. Okay. All right, we're good. Well, thank you for the donation anyway. Jason, Edward Dog, appreciate it. Okay, what is Super Chat? It's how you donate to people on, just go to Safari and you can Super Chat. Would you use the iPhone 7 Plus or the iPhone 8 Plus? Which do you prefer? I mean, come on. Really? If price isn't an option, obviously the 8 Plus, I haven't used it. And also having used the 7 Plus, you get wireless charging, you get the faster chip, 4K at 60, better portrait mode options. Obviously 8 Plus, come on. You getting the Max, huh, Google Sheep? No, it's entirely up to you. If we don't reach the 200 by the end of the live stream, then no, we won't get the Max. It's too much money for me. I've got money to spend on other things. This will just be your average live stream. But I'm surprised that you guys are like. I mean, so far, like I said, it'll be up to you guys. I don't need the Home Max. It's just an idea I had, and I was curious if you guys wanted to see me review it. If you wanted the Home Max versus HomePod, then we can do that. If you don't, no worries. And to the people who want to write weird things in Super Chat, thanks for the money. I appreciate you, but no, I'm not going to read anything. It's confusing. Other things by iMac Pro and HomePod. HomePod's happening regardless. You do not have to Super Chat for that. I legitimately want that, and I'm an Apple Sheep channel. I feel like I should. But for those people who are curious about the Home Mini reset up, the second review with the smart home appliances and everything, that could be perfected, and we could actually have a premium sounding Google speaker, because that's these things' definite weaknesses. They do not sound great. Okay when they're quiet, but I want to truly experience the Google Assistant smart speaker experience or whatever. I think the Max would be the greatest way to do that. I respect that you haven't hurled yourself into buying gear to review. I easily could. It'd be very, very simple. With the tech world especially, there's no limit to how much things you can buy. But I try to be very responsible about it. I don't want people thinking that the iMac Pro purchase is nothing to me. I could definitely see the argument of people saying like, well, Drew, you can't afford the Home Max, but you can afford a iMac Pro. It's like, I can afford a Max. I don't need the Super Chat, but I'm just saying it's money I wasn't planning on, but if you guys want it enough, then sure I will. And like I said, you're not Super Chatting the entire price of the Max. You would just be paying for half of it, and then I would meet you halfway, because I am curious, but again, not necessary. If things go terribly wrong when the HomePod comes, if things don't, I'm not saying terribly wrong. If you guys just aren't interested in that, you don't want to see that review happen, then I could maybe just get the Home Max and send it back, so we can unbox it and review it, and then return it. Which technically isn't wrong, but I mean, I've done it before on products, or I could sell it to one of you guys or something like that. I wish I could do more giveaways, but these kind of products are things I could give away. They're very cheap, they're very affordable, and if someone wants them, obviously they're not that much, so that could be doable. I could have got the Echo. Yeah, I was just there was more demand for me to do the Google Home stuff because that's more direct competitor with Apple. Amazon's cool. I respect Amazon as a company, and I could get Amazon products down the road, as so many people seem to be in this smart speaker trend. The fact was, I already had a Home Mini, so it made sense to get people were saying that you can't review a Home Mini by just getting one of them. You have to get an array of them, and since I was already invested in this, and the Google Assistant is smarter in a lot of ways. No hate on Echo products. I'm sure they're great, but can I use it as a frisbee? I could. You could just check this thing. I do not know SamTime. A lot of people are talking about them. I should check them out later. Yeah, Echo products are selling so well and so popular. I don't really feel like, though... Here's my difference with the Amazon Echo, though. I don't really feel like there's a... What is it? What am I trying to say here? HomePod competitor in the Echo lineup. Like, Home Max is $400, HomePod is $350, so they're about the same price, and they both have a premium feel on sound quality. Now, the Amazon Echo Plus is still only like, $150, and it's about the same size as a regular Echo, and I read the reviews on it, and they were kind of mixed. Echo's more about diversity and making options. They have like the dot and the tap and the look and the camera one. Like, there's so many different ones, but none of them I feel like compared to the HomePod or Google Max. Like, they don't have that premium top of the line sound quality based one. And someone's saying they PayPal, so I'll check for that again. Don't check out Sam just yet. Do another live stream where you check him out, or just do it now. Your reaction will be priceless. Oh boy, why is my reaction going to be priceless to SamTime? Maybe I have heard of him. That name kind of rings a bell. I'm not getting the notification. I apologize. I'm checking my email. Sorry, I haven't got it yet. Maybe it's taking time to process. SamTime is a saint. Okay, he makes Apple parodies. Oh, good. Apple parodies, huh? That's original. Yeah, I'm excited. Please check him out now. No, I don't want to turn this into a React stream. I'd rather answer questions, and I'll check him out. Okay, SamTime. I'll remember that. I'll check him out on my own time. $50 to react to SamTime? Sure, why not? I can be bought. It's not anything. That's mostly sarcasm, but maybe PayPal's processing. I don't know. For someone saying they donated, I haven't got it yet. Would you join Clout Gang? Again, I don't know who that is, so sorry. And probably not. Likely not. If you could have Apple design a new unheard of product, what would it be? Unheard of, huh? So that wouldn't count AR glasses, right? Because that's basically what I would say. Like, I would say AR glasses in a car, but people have heard of cars and AR glasses. So what was something no one's ever heard of? I don't know. That would be rather tricky. Drew, think of a product that doesn't exist. Plane? No, planes exist. Spaceship? What would we call it? How do you call it this? I don't know. If you watch YouTube Rewind, no. I've heard it's terrible, and I don't know anyone who's in it, so whatever. Except MQHD. Yeah, I get he's in it. Would you join Team 10 if Jake Paul pays you $100,000 for it? Okay, wait. $100,000. What would be the deal, though? That's a lot of money. Like, I don't like Jake Paul, but that's a lot of money. And he'd probably see this, and people would send this part of the live stream to him and be like, see, he doesn't like you. Apple product you're most looking forward to? iMac Pro right now. I'm really excited for that because it's supposed to have the Activate Siri, hands-free feature, and at the same time, redesigned speakers. It's going to be louder than regular iMacs. So iMac Pro could kind of act like a HomePod, even though the HomePod's not out yet. And I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm very, very excited for it. Here comes the PayPal. Thank you. Can I open this and just see it in the PayPal app, or is that an option? Let me log in here real quick. If that's an option, I'll just do that. Oh, okay, good. I got it. Thank you for your donation. He said, would you like to unbox a reboxed iPad original? If so, I would be happy to lend you one of mine. How would I send you something? Okay, so great question, and thank you, Ryan. So first of all, I'll type this in the chat. Anyone who wants to send anything to me, to unbox or to review, any product, new or old, whatever, even if you want to just send me a letter. We have a P.O. box, for those of you who don't know. I'll type the address in the chat. So anything you want to send me can be sent here. I check the P.O. box pretty regularly, so I'll likely pick it up. But first of all, I actually am going to say no. You do not need to send me an original iPad because not me currently, but my family actually has one. So if I ever want access to the original iPad, I actually have very quick access to it. I'm at my house, obviously, a lot. So there, I have an original iPad. I know what it's like to use one. We still have it. You do not need to... you don't need to send me one. But I appreciate the offer. Thank you very much. But of course, anything you do want to send me, you can send to the P.O. box if you want me to review it. Of course, it probably would help to ask. You can ask on Patreon or email me, like, do you have this product? And then I'll tell you if I do or not. It would suck if you sent me something that I already had. But yeah, either way, I'll be grateful for it, and I'll likely talk about it if I can think of enough, commentary to do on it. Original iPhone definitely could do that. Uh-oh, Brandon's back at it. Brandon makes me do things I don't want to do. Brandon made me use the iPhone 2G. Like, I'm very grateful, Brandon, but my God, what is your job? How do you have that kind of money? And I'm jealous. Anyway, Brandon Zen says, how do you feel about Apple pushing their MacBook Pros towards eGPUs? Also excited for modular Mac Pro next year? Well, I get a lot of questions about MacBook Pro GPUs and eGPUs. Is that well, for the external one, it's cool, but I wouldn't do it myself because paying for all of that is almost like paying for a new computer. Like, to get the GPU and to get the mount that plugs in via Thunderbolt 3 into the MacBook is pretty expensive. I guess if you don't want to buy a whole new MacBook, it's probably a pretty good compromise. But I don't see it necessary. Like I said, I think. Look, for those of you who don't know if this exists yet, if you want a game on your MacBook and you have a good internet connection, just use GeForce Now. It's so easy. You can run Windows apps. You can run Windows, not apps, but you can run Windows games on your Mac. It's very easy. It works pretty well. I've used GeForce Now. So for gaming, do that. If you need an external GPU for other things, like they're pretty pricey, I have to say. Like they're pretty expensive. So for that reason, I'd say probably just save for another computer. You don't need to get a whole external GPU that you plug into it, because then you can't take it with you. Rather just save for a newer, better MacBook and get a really powerful GPU with it. I think that'd be better. How do you like your office building? It's been great. The last few months have been nice. We finally have Wi-Fi where you can have live streams with pretty good audio, pretty good video. No, they're not the best out there ever, but pretty good, okay? I'm not MKBHD, but having my own space and keeping it separate from home has been nice. Oh, sorry. Where's Brandon? There's the super chat. It's supposed to be a mod. That's how you become a mod. You go on Patreon. Add moderator. That is a Patreon perk. If you want to be a mod on the chat, you can make that happen. Anyway, what's $50? I'm sorry. I'm a huge fan of your channel, mainly Tech and Talks. I'm really trying to get into video editing for others. So far, it has only been people I know, such as friends. So are you offering, or? Plans to add sound foam to the walls. Believe it or not, you are surrounded by the soundproofing walls. You can't see them, obviously, but yeah, there's soundproofing tiles on both walls. I guess I could turn the camera around and point them at them, but take my word for it, they're there. I'm sorry if it's too echoey. There's not too much else room to put soundproofing tiles. I don't think they'll make too big of a difference. I hope you can settle for that. But one issue with the office we're dealing with right now is we're getting neighbors. Not that I hate that people exist. I mean, people are people. They're going to be around. You're going to be around people in your life, which is fine. But they're just they're kind of loud, and it's frustrating when you're recording videos and they're talking a lot, walking by, and they're just kind of awake and doing things at very weird hours. Like, obviously, this job, I work at this office at late hours and early hours, so I'm here a lot. But at the same time, like, do you have to run a power drill in a skill saw at 10:30 at night? Like, is this really the only time this can work? I guess, but it's frustrating because we're used to the spaces next to us being empty, and now they're surrounding us. Now there's people on this side of us, and there's people on this side of us, and they're moving in, and they're kind of noisy, and it's like, oh, jeez. And I know they're probably setting up things, so they're construction work a lot, but they're going to be. I won't tell you what kind of business they are because then people get weird about it. But I can say that they have customers. They'll have people coming in a lot, which means parking is harder, and yeah, it's just kind of frustrating. Oh, you were offering to edit video for me. I have emailed you. Thank you. I appreciate that. What I do, and I'm sorry if I haven't been enough upfront about this, but yeah, I actually constantly have people offering to edit stuff for me. So first of all, keep in mind, I don't always have stuff for you to edit. Second of all, I kind of feel weird for making fans edit things for free. I prefer paying people. Not just because I'll read your super chat in a second. Give me a second. Not just because I'm made of money and I must pay you. I'm just saying it kind of feels awkward if someone does something as a favor, because then if you have critiques on it, you can't really hold them to that. If you're saying like, no, you didn't really do that right, or can you do this, or oh, can you do this, or like, I have more for you to edit, I have more for you to edit. If it's a favor, it makes it very awkward. Whereas when you're paying someone for it, it's a bit more give and take. It's like, you provide me with a service and I reimburse you for it. It's even. Whereas doing it as a favor can create drama, as I've discovered in the past, with people doing it for free. So what you do, if you want to edit for me, if you want to work for me, all you got to do is email me your resume, say your name and everything and what you'd like to edit. Offer a mission statement for Tailosive. You know, you can say like, this is what I can do. And just as a little bit of a filter, if you've just played around with editing software lightly, you really haven't gotten used to it yet, or you haven't bought editing software yet, I appreciate the offer, but I appreciate you to not I'd appreciate you to not offer unless you've got legitimate experience, like several years worth. You've used Final Cut, or if you've used Premiere for a few years. Like, it just helps. I don't have time to teach you. I don't have the money to pay for you to afford editing software. And if we're far away, obviously, I need editors with good internet, which means that I can send you something and you can download it very quickly. That's kind of important. If your internet is really, really bad, that means that I can't get the footage back completed very quickly. I'm just saying all these things because lots of people have offered to edit for me, and I've run into problems between, you didn't really quite get this right, or this isn't what I wanted, or you're too slow. Like, I kind of need these videos to be on a tight schedule on publishing, and if it takes 3 days for you to send me the files, it's kind of difficult. Although I do appreciate it. Anyway, Super Chat. Trevor, don't worry. He says, thoughts on Patreon's 35-cent fees for every pledge? Yeah, I saw that. So for those of you who don't know, Patreon is changing their terms and conditions to where now, instead of taking a fee out of the creators like pledges, so when you guys donate on Patreon, Patreon takes some of the money out and then sends it to you for the sake of running the site. That's how they run Patreon. Instead of having creators take that hit in the fees, they are now moving that fee to the pledgers. So now the people donating on Patreon are going to be paying that extra fee. I don't donate to anyone on Patreon. I have one, obviously, that I'm very grateful for, but I don't have the spare money to just like throw money at causes at this point. I would like to, but I don't do that at this time. I don't really think that was a good idea. Not gonna lie. I love Patreon as a service, and it's been great to me, and they've been very useful. And I appreciate that they're making this move to help creators, which means that, yeah, I'll be getting a little bit more from every pledge. But I feel like that discourages people from donating. Like if they find out that you pay $2.35 instead of just $2, I feel like people are like, oh, that's more than I want. Like, I feel like I get that Patreon is about creators, but at the same time, I want people to feel encouraged to donate. And it should be an easy $10 a month. Okay, $10 a month, not $10 plus 35 cents or whatever the fee is. And yes, you can donate. Oh no. Someone donated $50 on PayPal. How close are we, guys? Okay, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to ask a question for all of you. I think, I don't know where we're at yet. Okay, what did the comments say? They said, I love what you do. I love what you're doing on YouTube. Keep up the good work. Is the Google Mini like a multi-room speaker? Just like the Sonos? Greetings from Sweden. Thank you. All the way from Sweden. That's where my ancestry is from. My family is from Sweden, but thank you. Wow. Oh, does that mean I have to react at the same time? Oh, no. Okay. Oh, boy. I'm not going to do this for like 10 minutes straight, but I'll give a brief first impression. So what I want you guys to do is start counting up the Super Chat and account for different currencies. So if it's not US dollars, then go into Google and translate it to what it actually is. Count up what we have in Super Chat so far. Oh, no, wait. Do you guys not capable of doing that? So first of all, Gavin donated £2. Kyle did $5.50. Brandon did $20. Nick did $5. iTrevor did 2. And then there was a 5, and then another 2, and then another 10, and a 2. So what's that about? Give me a rough estimate. And then I will tell you what we're at on PayPal donations. This is harder actually to keep track of. What are we at right now? Okay, on PayPal, we're at $71. Which is, you guys are doing pretty good. 2 Australian dollars equals 150. Okay, so I get that having to scroll back and find the Super Chats is rather difficult. So based on what I said, what would we roughly be at? Here, I'll just count them, okay? And then we'll go from there. We'll start counting from there because it seemed kind of quiet in the Super Chat earlier, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But now I feel like we're getting close to past halfway. All right, so I'll just round up. Okay, so 2. Oh, you know what? Let's do Siri. Okay, I'm gonna just treat all the currency like it's US dollars. I'll just round up. Okay. I'll do the same. I'll react at the same time. Just give me a second. I want to make sure what we're knowing what donation we're at. Okay. What's 2 plus 5.5 plus 20 plus 5 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 10 plus 2?
The answer is 53.5.
Okay, so around 53.5, I would say. Which means 53.5 plus 70. So we're about 120. Okay. So I'll say at this point, I didn't say, because I didn't want to set off your devices and all of my devices because I have lots of them. So I just held the side button. So okay. That means we have $80 left. If you guys can donate $80 before the end of the stream, which is probably another 50 minutes. Okay. So I'll react at the same time. I don't know how to show it to you. So what do I search? Sam time, or is it same time? Let me open a new window here so I can still read the chat in case someone donates. Okay, so pretend we have no donations right now. We only need 80 left. Only $80 left and home max is happening. Thank you for your donations. Oh no. Guys, is this the prank? Is this something I'm not going to be able to show? If someone says use headphones, then... Because if it's not family friendly, then I'm sorry. Let's see if I recall. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I needed to see his face. I do know who this is. I've watched him. I apologize. I couldn't recall the name. I'm a Mac. Oh, okay. Brandon Zinn says, I worked at Intel, but I'm currently taking some time off. And he donated 40 in Super Chat. My goodness. Wow. Thank you. Okay, we're 40 away, guys. Wow. Thanks to Brandon always donating so much. And I also wanted to say, Brandon, thank you for your work at Intel. That company made great processors, and I'm sure your work was helpful to lots of people out there. I'm honored to have an ex-Intel employee, or not ex, you're still an employee. You're just taking some time off. Good for you. Oh, my goodness. Guys, we got a anonymous donation here. $80. Oh, we hit it. Guys, we hit it. Oh, it happened. Oh, my goodness. Why is the viewers dropping so much? Guys, we hit our goal. Someone just donated $80 on PayPal. Oh, my God. They said the comment is make this anonymous. Okay. Oh, God. Wow, we made it. All right, we didn't even have to go to the second hour mark. But because you guys have been very generous tonight, we'll keep going. Okay, Home Max confirmed. As soon as Home Max is available, I'll be ordering one. That's exciting. Oh my God. Okay. For that first beginning of the live stream, the donations weren't that heavy. I thought it wasn't going to happen. But okay, so his preview on Sam Time. So thank you for the anonymous donation and to Brandon Zinn for making this happen. Very much appreciated. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm very much excited. Okay, so the preview on this is I'm a Mac and I'm a Mac. Are this joking things?
Hi, I'm a MacBook Pro, and I'm a MacBook Pro 2016. As you can see, I've been updated with the... Ooh, sorry, I just got to sync with my phone. What are you doing? Just attaching it to my dongle. Yep, dongle. Cool, you see, I've got all these new ports. It's the future. Yeah, well, today's the present, and, well, all my ports just work with anything, you know? Anyone could slip anything in and out, in and out. It's great.
Okay, I get it. Yeah, he's funny. I think he talked about me one time. I remember I've watched this. I've watched one of his videos when he brought me up because apparently in one of my videos I used a picture. But definitely one of his videos I was brought up. Do you guys recall which one that was? Apple fanboy. So what you're saying is that it's an Apple parody channel, and you want me to react to his.
And look, I wasn't planning on making another one of these videos.
I wasn't planning.
But Microsoft is leapfrogging you. Like you're some sort of stationary chair. Because I just found out about their Surface Book 2. You know, their hybrid laptop.
Starts at
tablet.
$1,500.
Anyway, it now comes
and 25.
The too little and now the too fat. And that larger 15-inch screen now really makes it comparable to my old MacBook Pro. Except with 45% more pixels.
45%.
Yes, it may not be a completely fair comparison to compare their new computer to my old 2012 MacBook Pro, since you've got your new MacBook out, even though it has the same resolution. But even with the updated model, the Surface Book 2 now is legitimately as good as the MacBook Pro. Except with full-size USB ports, an SD card slot, and their touch bar is a whole frickin' iPad. And yes, I know...
Yes, but you can't... USB-C can do those things with one port, and you have 4 of them. So I could technically get 4 quacks and have like 12 USB ports. Whereas external monitors with the Surface Book 2 is more expensive. First of all, for the standard product, and then the Surface dock. He parodies everything, Drew. Okay, so basically, most of his videos are sarcasm. The Home Max has a wait list? Is that true? I wasn't aware of this. Is this true? Windows is better than MacBook if it doesn't have macOS. Oh my God, I'm triggered. Are you going to take MKBHD up on his collab offer? Well, unless there was a second offer. I took him up on the first one. Did he offer to collab a second time? I've subscribed to Sam Time purely based on what I just heard you listen to. Okay. Well, I can't tell. It seems like in my first, I'll have to watch them more in depth. I obviously, while I'm live streaming, I cannot get a full genuine. I cannot get a full genuine experience because I'm trying to listen to you guys, read the chat. But I'll definitely watch a couple more of his videos. But first impressions is that I'm not sure of his opinion. It just feels like everyone sucks. He's making fun of everyone. Like I don't, which is fine, I guess. That's your thing. But yeah, I'll check him out more later. But yeah, that's my first impression. But yeah, I have seen him before. I apologize. I should have brought that up. I knew that name sounded familiar. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom thoughts. Yeah, that trailer came out, didn't it? I gotta say, I was excited for Fallen Kingdom. After the trailer, I'm really not. I remember them saying when they were talking about Fallen Kingdom, they were like, we've seen people run around on an island before. We want to do something different. Now, I've seen this trailer, and I'm like, it looks like people are running around on an island. And it's Jeff Goldblum saying the same thing he said a million times, which was, life finds a way. And it's like, well, the dinosaurs went extinct, and they needed people to bring them back. So sometimes life doesn't find a way. Sometimes it just dies. And it looks way too similar to Lost World. That they're just redoing everything again. But I like the first Jurassic World. I know some people said it's been bad, but I thought it was pure schlock. It was not good filmmaking. It was just fun to watch dinosaurs fight each other because that's fun. So I'll still watch Fallen Kingdom, no doubt. But it doesn't look good, to be honest. It doesn't look like a fun story. It's just like the T-Rex helps everything now. It's like they listen to the advice of the first Jurassic World. And it's like, oh, everyone loves the T-Rex saving the day at the end. Now the T-Rex is going to help them throughout the entire movie. Just whenever you need him to. Bites down, helps. Bites down, helps. And it's like, that's not... The T-Rex is supposed to be scary. And I'd prefer it if they ran from that. But yeah, anyway, that's not tech related. I apologize. Are you going to watch The Last Jedi? And how good do you think it's going to be? That's something I am excited for. This is also not tech related. We talk about Infinity War. We talk about The Last Jedi and Fallen Kingdom soon. Not at this point, but we'll be talking all about that on Talos of Movie Reviews. You can go check out that channel now. I've already done my Infinity War thoughts video, so you can watch it there. I'm going to be trying my best to be more active on movie reviews and talks and all the channels. Project 2X definitely takes a lot of time. And by the way, still doing hints on that. I got to think of some actually. Don't ask for hints yet. I got to think of a couple. But it does take a long time to work on Project 2X, but I'm trying to make time in my schedule to still have the other channels get treated. Talks channel has been neglected. Definitely movie reviews has been neglected. So I'm trying to make time for them. Get the Home X now. Well, I can't because it's not available. Do I have to get on a wait list? Why don't you edit your own videos? Because, first of all, I think that my editor, Nathan, is better at editing than I am. You might not, but I think he's really good at it. And when you edit yourself over and over again, first of all, I have to think of the topic, say the topic. I'm talking to you now. Say the video. Then I have to go through the video once, editing it, and then when I'm done exporting, watch it again. You're sick of that. And when you have to do that on a daily basis, believe me, it sucks. It's horrible. So getting someone else to edit them has been extremely helpful because, first of all, it's very, very convenient when you're going on a trip or you don't have much time. You're working on other things, working on other projects. Someone else can take that load off you. Someone else has the capability. I pay Nathan for it because he does a great job. And I'm hoping that in 2018, I'll be able to hire Nathan. So I'm ready for that. Oh my God, we're still getting the PayPal donations about 2X hints. Okay, let me try to think of some. What's a 2X hint? Dang, I've given you guys a lot of hints. Everything I think of is like we've talked about that before. What is it? But anyway, yeah. Before I get into the hints, Nathan does a great job. Okay, I kind of got a broad hint here. This isn't really a hint. This doesn't really help you get there. But let me say this. I've been reading the chat. I've been reading the comments. I've been reading the predictions about the 2X. And I can say that at this time, someone has guessed it. Now, I don't want to ruin it for everyone. So obviously, I'm not going to reveal it just because you guessed it correctly. I will definitely lie to you for the sake of building anticipation. If I just told you all what it was as soon as someone guessed it, it wouldn't be as exciting. I need to generate the hype. But what I can say, someone's guessed it. Someone got it right. I won't say who, and I won't say who did. But I can say that of the people who have guessed, one of you has gotten it right. And so far, it's just been one. I haven't seen multiple people guess this. Can somebody tell me what 2X is? No, that's the thing. No one knows what 2X is. That's the secret. That's the secret. I got to generate hype for you guys. And I also just need you guys to know that there's definitely big changes coming to Tailosive that you're all going to enjoy. It's not Team 10. There's your second hint. It's not me joining Team 10. I'll say that Project 2X is not a collaboration of any kind. It's not me collabing with a certain YouTuber or someone. That's not what this is. So first of all, cross that off the list. It's not a collaboration. But yeah, it's definitely biggest project Tailosive has ever had. This is a massive change. This is going to... How can I say this without giving it away? I'm running out of hints, guys. Please don't ask for more hints. Oh, unless... I still hold true to this, okay? If someone's crazy enough, if someone's insane enough to say $2,000, I will discard the secrecy. Someone donates $2,000. That's 4 $500 super chats. Then I'll tell you what it is. I'll just ditch the Project 2X name and I'll tell you exactly what's going on. But that's a really high goal, and I don't expect it to happen. So that's why it's up there. I want there to be secrecy, but $2,000, that's a crap ton of money. I'll tell you for that. Will 2X affect all videos? Yes. Every single channel from 2X, after 2X will be affected. And every single video is going to be different from then on out. So yeah. I am crazy. I don't want to tell you what it is. That's why the goal is so high. I want it to be barely reachable, but also doable, because if it did happen, then wow, that would put Tailosive in a whole different position. But I'm not expecting that will happen, guys. I'm not anticipating you will do that. I don't want that to happen. That's too much. Well, obviously it'd be cool, but no. Anyway, Matthew Valdez, we're still super chatting and we're still donating, even though we've reached our goal. Thank you, by the way, for getting us to our Project 2X goal. I mean, no, sorry, not 2X goal. The Google Home Max has happened. He writes, do you have any thoughts on the shatterproof and modular Moto Z2 Force? I actually don't know much about it, Matthew. I'm sorry, but that's really cool. I wish that all phones could be shatterproof. And I'm kind of iffy about when someone says things like it's shatterproof. It's like, is anything really shatterproof? I mean, even bulletproof glass is it's shatterable. So when there's a phone and they're like, this is shatterproof, it cannot shatter. It's like, but what does that mean though? It's kind of like when Apple says the iPhones have the hardest glass ever. It's like, well, okay, but that's not saying much. Does shatterproof really just mean like really, really durable? Or does it not shatter, but maybe it scuffs or something? Like, obviously I want there to be a perfect glass that doesn't shatter or scuff or anything, but I have a hard time believing it exists. I feel like every piece of glass is vulnerable in some way and can potentially be broken. Plastic is shatterproof? Well, it's not. But then the scratches and stuff. Anyway, I don't know. What can you say about 2X that doesn't require a donation? See, there's a budget guy right there. I like this guy. Okay, what I can say, a lot of the guesses about, no, it's not a camera. Project 2X is not buying a new camera, and no, it is not a website. We had a website I canceled it because no one was using it, and I also don't see the point. So don't try to go to any tailosive.com. Don't go to tailosivtech.com. I think actually someone may have bought it and put like viruses or something in it. So there is no tailosive.com. There is no tailosivtech.com. Don't go looking for one. There's no tailosivnetwork.com. Don't believe any of those. They're spyware, they're viruses or something. Because I realized that you guys, I make videos. You can watch them on YouTube. You don't need to have YouTube and then a different website to watch just me. It's not necessary. We don't need to do that. Anyway. Hint, it will make a visual impact on his videos. Yes, I thought I kind of mentioned that. But I can say that I have significantly hinted it on the Talks channel. And I'm definitely more secretive about it on the tech channel, obviously, because there's more people watching here. So in the tech videos anyway, if I give you a hint, then there's like 8 different theories. And obviously, as I said recently, with all the different guesses of what it could be, someone has got it right. But again, I won't tell you who, and I'm not going to tell you what they guessed. Obviously, that would kill it. Internet speeds are getting doubled. He's going to get a new shirt. No one's guessed tattoo on the face. Huh? You have another channel? Yes! There's so many Tailosive channels. Just search Tailosive. But on the... I don't know. Should I even give you this? I feel like this might give it away. Yeah, what the heck. You guys have been donating a lot. But on the Talks channel, on Tailosive Talks, we did a podcast today with my friends. And on that podcast, I won't tell you when in the podcast, but I think I hinted at it a little too heavily. What does Tailosive stand for? Look up Hello World episode 7. It's on Tailosive Talks. For guys, if you want more backstory on my life and about Tailosive in general, it's all on Tailosive Talks. I don't bring all my personal life and I don't bring all my Tailosive reasoning and stuff to the tech channel. Tech channel's about technology. On Talks, though, that's personal life, that's social commentary. That's where you can find everything else. New office that doesn't have neighbors. No, sadly. We're pretty much stuck here. They took the space behind us and in front of it. Luckily, they're not here now. They took the night off. But actually, on some of the nights that that didn't have people, some of the nights where I was not live streaming, they were here and they were running power equipment very late at night, and it was very confusing. I was like, really? Do you have to do this now? Why can't you do this in the middle of the day? Which I would also be annoyed. And also, did I mention they talk loud? And they like to hang out outside our office and just yell at each other. They're just ranting. I don't even know what about, but it's noticeably not loud. So it sucks to be surrounded by people now because we were used to not having anyone. Typically, our office was empty on both sides, but not anymore. We're surrounded. We have to deal with neighbors. Project 2X is a Windows phone. Maybe not Windows. Become bald. No. I don't actually believe there would be a super chat donation that would make me go bald. I already I missed the beard. I like the way not having a beard felt. That felt nice. But at the same time, I preferred the beard look. I preferred the way I looked in it because I looked older. But again, it's a nice feeling to not have facial hair there. So that's nice. New phone, red phone. $10 million to go bald. Okay, $10 million. Yes, you can hold me to that. Someone PayPal's me $10 million. I'll shave my head. That's my number. Anything can be bought, right? That'd be worth it, I think. To Tailosive folks. Why don't you invest in Bitcoin? Honestly, I've been thinking about it, genuinely. Like, didn't you guys see that MKBHD tweet where he was like, if you bought a Bitcoin last night and sold it this morning, you would have made $3,500? I was like, really? Can you think of another currency that's been shooting up this fast? And we just keep wondering, when is this going to stop? Because honestly, like, I'm thinking about like, everyone's worried that if you buy a Bitcoin, it'll immediately start plummeting, and then you'll be the guy who starts losing. You'll be the guy. Because what I can pretty much, it rose so sharply. Scott, it's at like 15 grand now. Brandon says he bought 4 Bitcoins at 3,200 each. Brandon, you realize what you just wrote in the chat, right? Like, you realize you just told people that you have 60 grand in Bitcoin? Why are you holding on to them? Honestly, I don't... Are you expecting it to go higher? Okay, Brandon, like, of all the people watching, you're the only one who can do the Project 2X reveal early. Like the... Shane says it's 16,437. You're selling at 25,000? Someone tell me what Bitcoin is. No one knows. No one actually knows what Bitcoin is. Some people pretend they know, but they're lying. It's so confusing. It's so bizarrely confusing. No, Brandon, I'm kidding. Am I bad at math? Someone said it was 15. He said he had 4 Bitcoin. They said it was 15 grand. What's 15 times 4? 30, 40, 30. Am I wrong? I thought it was 60. I'm a college dropout. I can be bad at math. I can always fall back on that. I was kidding. Brandon, I'm not trying to tell you to donate all of your Bitcoin to me. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Please. Use it for yourself. Use it. Wait till it's at 25K. But what are you going to... That's what I'm concerned about, is what are you going to do when it starts dipping? Like, obviously... Yes, it's true. You do not have to buy an entire Bitcoin. And yeah, it's 60,000. If it's 15,000, people are saying it's above that now. So you would actually have more than 60,000. It's crazy. Yeah, you can buy a piece of a Bitcoin. You can just say, I will buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. Yeah. But no, I'm not telling you to do that. Please don't do that. Save it for yourself. But I'm saying, like, once it starts going down, everyone who bought one is going to start selling them like crazy. Yeah, exactly. Like you said, my wife will make me sell it if it drops a lot. Exactly. So if you got to 25K, obviously you'd have $100,000 in Bitcoin. After spending, what, you spent 12 grand on them because you bought 4 of them and they were 3,200. So around 12, 13 grand. Geez, that'd be quite the investment. That's like a $90,000, close to a $90,000 profit. My friend has a mining rig that makes $60 a day. Yeah, Bitcoin's so weird. I'm sorry, I don't get it. But yeah, like Brandon, you're absolutely right. As soon as someone starts dipping them, they're going to dip fast. They're as soon as it starts to go down and they're like, oh, Bitcoin's not growing anymore. Everyone who bought one's going to be like, sell right now. Get rid of the Bitcoin. Sell it as we still can make a profit, and then it's going to go down fast. That's my prediction. Is the Bitcoin value is going to boom once it starts going down. Will Moore, thank you. Ran the numbers on this. $87,200 profit if they sell for 25K each. Wow. What music do you listen to change the topic for about 1 second? Check out Taylosive Music. The music on that channel is the kind of music I love. That's the kind of remix and stuff I'm into. You can listen to all my kind of music on Taylosive Music. That is a channel as well. Look it up. Cryptocurrency. I've looked it up. No, I've watched so many videos on Bitcoin. I've looked at videos on other types of currency, digital currency. I've read about it on Wikipedia. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I have no idea how it works. But can we change the topic? I don't know what Bitcoin is. Yeah, no one does. Even people who buy it don't really get it. Because you commented to me on SoundCloud? I'm not on SoundCloud, Revolt. So you like my music because you commented to me on SoundCloud? Oh, Taylosive Music. Guys, by the way, Revolt. Taylosive Music is not run by me. It's run by a fan who's offered to run it for free because I don't have the time to do all the digging and ask for permission and stuff. But at the same time, I wanted to promote them. And this particular fan I'd been talking to for a long time, they have very, very similar tastes as I do. Have you used the Magic Mouse 2? Thoughts? It's no different than the regular Magic Mouse. You just charge it. I'm ready for the Space Gray one on the iMac Pro. I am so ready. Oh yeah, Home Max. That's what this is about. Let me see the wait list. Go to Google Store here. There we go. Sending all our money. I got to thanks. Revolt, though. Whatever you did, you did a good job because all the music on Telos Music I love. Please check out that channel. I don't know what happened in the description, guys. I think the Elgato glitched out. Wow. Google must be different. You can get up to $500 back on the Pixel 2 and get $100 in store credit. Trade in your old phone for up to $400. Man, it must not be selling that great. Okay, here's the Home Max. It's a wait list, isn't it? Oh, well, the wait list isn't a purchase. The wait list just, when you click the wait list, it just says we'll send you an email when it's available. And currently the leaks are saying that the Home Max will be available on the 11th. Will you buy the maxed out version of iMac Pro? No. I can't afford that. That's going to be like 17 grand. I'm most likely going to be buying the base model unless Super Chat, Patreon views go super, super well right before the iMac Pro comes out. Probably going to just stick with the standard. If I do upgrade anything, it would be the storage, not the processor, not the RAM. The processor's overkill. The RAM's overkill for me. The only thing I would use up is that terabyte solid state drive. I would use that up very quickly. What's your favorite film? Oh, man, dude, like, it changes all the time. Like, when you watch something else, you like that for a while. One classic one I could always go back to is The Dark Knight Rises. A lot of people prefer The Dark Knight, but The Dark Knight Rises struck a very personal chord with me in my life, and I watched it at a time in my life where it was very relevant. But that's probably my favorite. I love the Dark Knight trilogy. But again, I love it. Also a ton of movies. Mad Max Fury Road is incredible. I love Star Wars The Force Awakens. I loved it. Even though it was very much like A New Hope, I loved it. But yeah, changes all the time. All the time. I never have like a favorite movie. That's it. Inception is the reason you guys are watching this. The only reason I watched... the only reason I got into filmmaking was because of Inception. You say 326 PBI and iPhone 8 is not enough, but what you're saying a 5K iMac with 218 dpi is too much? Well, Ben, one of them is 27 inches, one of them is 4.7 inches. You look at them differently. You don't hold an iPhone 8 as far away as the iMac Pro. As a 5K screen, you don't, like when you're using your phone, it's usually like this. iMac, I'm not like, I could say, pretend the MacBook Pro monitor, Shutter Island, pretty good movie. Say this is where my iMac Pro is, where this monitor is on the laptop. I'm using it from about here. I'm not using my phone this far away. No one uses their phone this far away. Most people are using it up here. That's why pixels per inch is very, very different on different devices. So what I'm saying is iMac Pro is right here. I'm using it like this. I'm not seeing those pixels, even though it's a lower pixel density. Anyway, so you're a Nolan fan? Definitely. I'm a big Chris Nolan fan, but I have to say I was pretty disappointed by Dunkirk. Good movie, really well made, but just, I don't know. It wasn't much about story. It was more just about historical accuracy, which is great and all, but I kind of expect a certain amount of character development and a bit of plot twist with Nolan films. It's kind of a very different Nolan film. What have you got your girlfriend for Christmas? We won't tell. I actually can't tell you what I got her for Christmas because she watches these. Not when they're live. She's asleep right now. But she watches these after the live stream. She listens to them like a podcast. Sadly, I cannot say because she would find out. If you're listening to this, hi, honey. You're beautiful, and I love you. Your beard is slowly growing back. Really? Yeah, I think I've noticed that this time around, now that I'm almost 20 years old. The beard grows back a lot faster than it used to. Shave it, $200. You think that price would change the second time? I'll shave the beard again for $200. That's the deal. Fine, $100. That's the deal. Use the iPhone 3G for 12 hours? Oh my god. No, I just got the 10 back. 12 hours? Will it count if I go to sleep? Are you getting the trackpad or just the mouse? I don't really think I need the trackpad, but if it's an option in checkout to just add it for an extra $130, then I'll do that. I'll do that. Drew's hair is growing. I've never seen such a thing. Oh my goodness. Drew has hair and it grows. How is this possible? I know. It's amazing. It's fantastic. Just wonderful. Is Project 2X 20th birthday? For those saying I need the trackpad, I've used a Magic trackpad. I know what it's like. They're cool, but I don't think they're absolutely necessary. Given the option between trackpad and mouse, I actually still prefer the mouse. I know not everyone agrees with me on that. No. You're dying. Please don't die. I don't want anyone watching my live stream to die. Do you think that's ever happened? Is that... Project 2X is not a camera. It's not the GH5. Do you think anyone who watches me has died? I've just now considered that. Has any one of my subscribers been passed away? I don't know. That's just a weird thought. I've never thought about this. Once you start using the trackpad in your daily life, you will never go back. I reviewed the Magic Trackpad long ago. I used to have it permanently. I used it exclusively for like a week. It's nice, but I don't know. I use a trackpad exclusively on the MacBook, obviously, but that's a little bit different. I get it. Obviously, if it's an option, I'll probably get both. I don't know if it will be, though. I wonder if it's like you choose the mouse or the trackpad. Right now, with the iMac lineup, people die. Fact. Yeah. Right now, if I have the option, I'll choose the mouse because I'm used to that. And I like the side scroll. Opposed to using 2 fingers to swipe scroll and then 4 fingers to swipe between desktops. It's kind of nice on the Magic Mouse. You can just scroll with 1 finger on a Final Cut. I gotta say, when you're editing, the most helpful thing is side scroll. And that's something a lot of Microsoft mice don't do, and it's very annoying. When you want to be scrolling side to side in a timeline, being able to go up and down and side to side, Magic Mouse, so nice. So helpful. What's your favorite Android phone? Galaxy Note 8. I have used one. I didn't own it for a while, but we went to Best Buy and we played with a bunch of stuff, and that was one of them. It's not much different than the S8, I gotta say. Like, having used the S8 and then using the Note 8, I was like, slightly bigger. The curves aren't as noticeable, and it's got a pen, but I like the dual camera. Dual camera is very nice on the Note 8. And it provides those options. I don't like headphone jacks, but they can do it on there. So yeah, if someone had a gun to my head and said switch to Android, I would go with the Note 8. Looking for the 2X hint in the podcast, but gave up 15 minutes in. They're in there, okay? Don't look too hard. Don't look too hard. Keep in mind, I do lie. but not to my benefit, to yours. The benefit of me lying is that it makes the reveal that much sweeter because you're going to keep looking. If I just told you as soon as someone got it right, it would kill the joy. Imagine if Disney did that with The Last Jedi. It is like, so does Rey turn to the dark side? Yep. They got it. And everyone's like, oh, that'd be kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, like I said, they don't sell the space gray mouse or trackpad separately. So I probably would get both just because I'd never have a chance again. If anything, I would buy the Magic Trackpad in Space Gray and then try to sell it at a high price because it's like just Space Gray Magic Trackpad 2, no iMac Pro, but you can get the trackpad too. I'd probably offer it to you guys. See if I can make money back on it. The better question is the lie a lie? Am I lying about lying? perhaps if I just told you exactly what 2x is, and I could tell you it's either a lie or not. So what if I said Project 2x is hiring an extra employee? Is that it? Am I lying? Am I not lying? You don't know. Could go either way. What if Samsung sponsored you? Would you change your opinion on the iPhone? No, there's a way. No, there's definitely a way I could review an Android phone and be nice about it, and not bring up the Apple sheep thing. Like if they sponsored me, like I could make it work. I'm good with words. So be like, it's true. 2 lies and a truth. No, so I have to tell you 2. No. That would give it away too easily. I tell you 2 lies, 2 lies in the actual 2x. But then everyone would narrow it down. You'd have 3 options. So no, I won't do that. Never trust gingers. That's right. We have no souls. 5 lies and a truth. 3 statements about 2x. What does that mean? I don't know how to tell you the truth about 2x without telling you what it is. I gotta say, I appreciate the donations. You guys have been great, but and I'll still read all the super chats, of course. They're in the PayPals and everything, and whatever you guys send me. But I'm running out of hints. I gotta say, I've given you a lot of hints, and I can tell you confidently, any more hints I give you, it's gonna start to be more noticeable, and you're all gonna start to know exactly what it is. How about this? When we're making... okay, here's what I'll do. I'll post a picture of the development of 2x to Patreon donors soon. Okay, not immediately, not right now, but in a couple weeks. How about when we're halfway through? When I can say that we're confidently halfway through Project 2x, I'm going to post a picture, a Venugeskin leak. That won't reveal the entire thing, but it'll give you an idea. It'll pitch to you the idea of what Project 2x is without revealing the entire thing. When will 2x be announced? It kind of got delayed because, like I said earlier, I wanted someone donated a big one. What did they say? Oh my God, someone donated on PayPal again. Anonymous. Could I get the Magic Trackpad in space gray when you get the iMac Pro? Feel free to review it first though. Okay. So someone's already placed dibs on it. So I guess I don't get to set the price, but okay. Sorry. I guess that was fast. Wow, thank you. So yeah, I guess they got dibs on it. I guess I'm getting the trackpad too. I'll review it first, obviously, but yeah, someone wants it. There we go. I guess that's the end of that debate. But yeah, thank you, Anonymous. What about Photon? Well, I revealed Photon. It's on the main channel, but that's been heavily delayed. How much do you got donated for the Google Home Max? A lot. We got it. Google Home Max is happening. I've joined the wait list. As soon as Home Max is available, please let me know on Twitter if I haven't confirmed it yet. Please check on Twitter first to see if I confirm, yes, guys, I got the Google Home Max. Then you can check that and see, oh, he has it. I don't need to spam him. We had this annoying thing where I kept telling people, when AirPods are available, please let me know, and I will buy them immediately. And when they were available, I got spammed for like a week. Everyone just kept saying, Drew, AirPods are available, after I had already confirmed that I'd ordered them. And they just keep coming. Drew, AirPods are available. Drew, AirPods are available. Photon was just the reveal. 2X is actually releasing the TCU Phase 2. We should end the stream. No, that's not it, Ben. That's not it. Nope. How much does the Google Home Max retail? Well, the site I'm looking at right now says it's $400, and I told you guys if we reach $200 tonight, then I would get it. And we've surpassed that now. Definitely with the Magic Trackpad purchase, but yeah. So yeah, that's great. Ironically, Google Home Max has a headphone jack, And it's powered... Wait, what? I'm looking at the tech specs. It has a USB-C port, which is nice, better than the Home Mini's micro USB. But it also has a power, AC power. What's the USB-C port for? Can you connect your Pixel to it with its USB-C cable? I don't get it. Buy the Switch instead. I'm not interested in the Switch. You have to cover the price of the Switch to get me to get it. If someone donated $400 and said buy the Nintendo Switch, then sure I would. But I'm interested in the Home Mini, but can't necessarily afford the entire thing. Well, I can't afford the entire thing. It set me back on purchasing other things like iMac Pro and HomePod. Whereas, like I said, splitting the Home Max with you guys. So you guys, thanks to you generous fans, have been able to cover half of it, and then I'll cover the next half. That way, we can have a HomePod versus Google Home Max, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for the Home Max. It looks like a smart speaker based on being loud and being good sound quality. So I'm very excited for it. And I believe, like I said, it should be available on the 11th, which is 3 days. Not too long. Not too long at all. So yeah, I guess that anonymous donor on PayPal is going to get a space gray Magic Trackpad. Cool. Yeah, if you donate $20 a month on Patreon, you can be a moderator in these live streams. That is correct. Would you sacrifice the bigger Taptic engine if it meant getting a headphone jack again? No, I don't want the headphone jack back. Even if it's there, I don't use it. A lot of people don't realize it. I thought we didn't remove it soon enough. I was using wireless headphones exclusively on my 6. Like, after I switched up from the iPhone 5, I was like, the 7... I was saying the 6S or whatever should not have a headphone jack. We could move on. You could expand the battery. You could make a bigger Taptic engine and whatnot. But then they kept it on the 6S, and I was like, oh, okay. And then on the 7, obviously they removed it. But yeah, I've been for removing it long before they did. I was hoping they would remove it 2 years before they actually did. So yeah, I've never been a supporter of the headphone jack really on anything. I like how you have kickback review style, unlike other YouTubers. Yeah, I want you guys to feel genuine. I'm being brutally honest in my videos, in my reviews. Like the Google Home Mini review, while so many of you disagreed with me, I wasn't lying. I definitely have some bias against Google because of how they handle demonetization and because of their company model and the Pixel products. But this is something that I can see genuinely people are excited about. Even Apple users are excited about. Lots of my friends and family are interested in them. So I just figure if I'm alone in this, I should give it another shot. I should experience this to the fullest. So we're going to have 3, I believe, unless you want to send more. Whoever it was who donated for the first one, if he donates again and says, buy another Home Mini, put it in the bathroom, then we'll get even more. But then yeah, we could have even more. But as of now, what I can tell you is the 3rd Google Home Mini is on the way, the red one. And then we'll be getting a just black, space gray, or whatever, Google Home Max. You guys reached the fundraising goal. I can count on you so much. I have opinions. Google got me listening to you, crap. Yeah. I want in my reviews to have a decisive answer at the end of them. I've talked about this before, but I feel like too many YouTubers leave it up in the air when they end their videos, and that disappoints me. It's like, so, is it worth it? What do you think? Let me know. It's like, no, just don't. That's the difference between, I think, a critic and an employee. An employee is just here to tell you what they think is best for you. A critic is going to review their experience. There you go. Hey, I just made a quote just now. I think that was a good quote I just made. I'm very proud of myself. Anyway, the quote is, a critic will tell you about their experience. An employee spokesperson is just going to be like, what's best for you? Some people might like this, some people might not. Do you? It's like, do you care? I mean, what do you actually use? Austin Evans? Yes, I'm mostly talking about him. I don't hate Austin Evans. He's a good YouTuber. He films really well and he's very unbiased. Some people like that, okay? Full disclosure. I don't like that, but a lot of people prefer a YouTuber to be unbiased. Just straightforward. Hey guys, this is Austin, and today we're going to be asking if the Google Home Max is worth it. Comes in 2 colors, white and space gray, a headphone jack and a USB-C port, and an AC power adapter on the back. Sound quality is really good, but it does come at that premium price tag of $400. Is that like him? I thought about doing a video where I recreate all of Austin Evans things. Actually find you unbiased even though you say you're an Apple sheep. You can be biased and defend your reasoning. My argument is I think everyone is biased. And I think anyone who says they're unbiased is lying. You've always grown up with something. You use something first. And no matter what you review, there's going to be an unbiased opinion on that. And MQBHD agrees with me on that. You guys should rewatch our collab video. It was fun. He brought up that people give him the unbiased label, but he doesn't think he is. He does admit that he is biased. Impersonation on point. Yeah, I've seen a lot of his videos. I used to be subscribed. I got bored, but yeah, I used to. That's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people's complaint with my Unbox Therapy React video was that, Drew, you're calling him biased, but you're biased yourself. It's like, I know. The difference is I say it. I say I am. I admit I am biased. Unbox Therapy doesn't really. Unbox Therapy is like, we're a channel. No, I'm not biased. I'm unbiased, but I think he very clearly is. Just admit it. Just embrace that. Just say, I don't like Apple, and I have a bias against Apple. Or I have a bias towards Google. He likes cheap phones. Just say I'm biased towards affordable technology. Don't say you're unbiased and what you say is just fact. This is unbiased opinion. I don't agree with that. You should do impressions of tech YouTubers on the main channel. I'm worried about that being offensive. I feel like people might get their feelings hurt, but maybe as long as I do it in a respectful way. Some tech YouTubers you can't really impersonate because they're just standard people. Here we go. Here we go. Let me try one here. Oh no. For this to work, I have to do it right. Hold on. I have to do this right. If the stream disconnects, I'm sorry. I'm trying to experiment with something. Only 68 people watching, so if I lose you, I'll try to bring it right back. Let me try to do something really quick. Gotta get the camera here. Move you. We're moving. Oh my god. Moving closer. Like this. Okay. We've switched to wide angle. Why have we switched to wide angle? Well, so I can impersonate this guy. The iPhone 10. This iPhone costs $1,000. However, OnePlus 5T is half that price at $500. Face ID unlocks faster. Is it more secure? Maybe. But the iPhone 10 simply is not worth $1,000. It's just that simple. Apple didn't send me one. 5T sent me lots of 5Ts. Don't buy the Note 8 either. That's expensive. Bitcoin is dropping. Oh, good. They all like it. Unbox Therapy. Instead, we had the original iPhone. This is true innovation. Back when Steve Jobs was around... It's okay. I give full permission for any YouTuber, any YouTube channel is allowed to parody me. Okay? This is full respect. Unbox Therapy, good YouTuber. I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm just trying to impersonate him. You're welcome to impersonate me. Any YouTuber is allowed to impersonate me. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just literally trying to impersonate. Jackerville. What do you have to... Google Home Mini, $30. And you get $25 Google Express discount. That means it's a $5 product. That's like the price of a Taco Bell Cravings deal. Why wouldn't you buy this thing? Speaker sounds not that bad. HomePod, $350. You know how many HomePod minis you could buy for that? You could buy the HomePod Mini and an Xbox. I need glasses. I'll work on this. Oh, okay. Yeah, guys, I like acting, so I like doing this kind of thing. I like trying to do this thing. How long you make this? Impersonate everything Apple Pro. Okay, that's doable. Let me think. How do you do this? HomePod Mini. Sorry, I misspoke. Hey guys, Everything Apple Pro here. Today I wanted to walk you through iOS 11.2.3. It's a really exciting change. They've made a lot of software enhancements that I personally find really exciting, and I'll let you know if it's worth it at the end of this video. So first of all, they changed the font on the Press to Home unlock to be a little bit bolder. When you hit emergency SOS, the E is now capitalized, which is definitely major change. Just an interesting alteration they made there. The Safari app compass needle is now moving a tick down before on the new iOS 11.2.3. This is definitely a major change to the iOS platform, and I'm curious to see why Apple has not fixed the Control Center location on the iPhone X yet. There we go. Okay. That's my Everything Apple Pro impersonation. Now it is time to freeze my iPhone X in dry ice and leave it in the fridge for 3 months and see if it still works afterwards. I'm still subscribed to Everything Apple Pro, by the way. No disrespect. I'm just trying to impersonate him. How far are we with the fundraising? We got it. We reached our goal. We reached it. MKBHD, he doesn't really have like a dialect. Like Everything Apple Pro, very distinguishable. Austin Evans, very distinguishable. MKBHD is kind of, hey, what's up, guys? MKBHD here, and today we're going to be doing Ask MKBHD questions that are mostly about tech, and then every once in a while you'll get a sport question. Which is weird. I don't know. He doesn't have a dialect I can really do. And I just think, I mean, come on. I can't. I have a really bad girly voice, so I can't. It'd be tricky. Well, yeah. I mean, how do you impersonate MKBHD? He just has a standard voice. It's not really a dialect. Linus Tech Tips. I don't watch him enough. Anyway, sorry the chat's lagging. We've reached the end anyway. We're gonna have to wrap it up here, guys. Just downloading Halo. Thank you all for donating. Looking forward to stream isn't lagging for me, Trey. Thank you all for donating. Looking forward to Google Home Max. Donald Trump. That's the easiest one. Everyone can do that. The Google Pixel team did a terrible job with the Pixel 2. There's no headphone jack. They said it was better. It's not better. It's missing wireless charging. There's no included headphones. The bezels are trash. The screen is trash. They did a terrible job. I hate them. Pixel did a terrible job. They really, really ought to be ashamed of themselves. Actually, no one likes Apple more than Donald Trump. Donald Trump uses an iPhone. It's glorious. Uses a glorious iPhone. The superior product, easily. Not as good as the Donald Trump phone. If Trump made a phone, it would be the best phone. No one could deny how good the Donald Trump phone would be. I make wonderful products. I make the best products. In fact, I'm so humble. Our technology team is so humble. I think we're more humble than you think we are. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for getting to our goal. Can't wait to see the Google Home Max and experience it for real. This is your Apple Sheep here, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.